In the year 2037, where the entire world had become obsessed with games, so obsessed. People spent more time in virtual games than in the real world. And everyone was waiting for a game that would be different from all the others. But one night suddenly, a notification appeared on every phone, every laptop, and every screen in the world. Dark Souls game has been installed. Initially, people thought it was a horror MMORPG, but in reality, it wasn't a game. It was a portal. Now, as soon as people logged into this game, their souls were transported to another world. A world where it was always night. The entire sky was a dark red. Ghosts roamed the streets, and the most frightening thing was that it wasn't just monsters, but an entire ghost civilization. Meaning, there were cities, restaurants, markets, and luxury hotels, but amidst all of them roamed terrifying ghosts and demons. This world was called the Soul Realm. Now, the most dangerous part of this game is that every person is given missions. Each time 10 random people are teleported to a location, some are sent to the haunted hospital, some to the dead forest, and some to Demon City. And if the mission fails, death is certain in the real world as well. But here comes our MC. Now, the MC is unlike anyone else. 6 years before the start of the Dark Souls game, the MC discovered a mysterious system. A system that rewarded him, paid him with points and ghost coins for every action. Initially, the MC uses the system simply for survival, but gradually he begins to increase all his stats: strength, speed, soul power, armor course, resistance, everything. Because of this, the MC gradually becomes so dangerous that even low-level demons don't dare come near him, meta him. But what's the funniest part? The MC himself doesn't know how strong he is. He thinks people fear him simply because he has a lot of money, but the real reason is his honor. Now, if we talk about the MC's wealth, he possesses a total of 100 trillion ghost coins. These ghost coins are so rare that a luxury car can be purchased in the Soul Realm for 500 ghost coins. Oh boy! Imagine how rich the MC must be. Even the entire Soul Realm would seem poor compared to his wealth. As soon as the MC logs into the Dark Souls game for the first time, the system chimes, "Welcome back, host. Current balance, 100 trillion ghost coins. Current points, 9,900. Here, an important point becomes clear. The MC can buff himself with his points, meaning he can increase his power. However, if he uses 1,000 points to increase his power, he won't need regular science. The MC then enters the Soul Realm comfortably. But as soon as he steps in, the ghosts roaming the streets suddenly start trembling with fear. Some ghosts kneel on the ground, others start running because they can see the MC's true aura. They think a demon god has arrived, but the MC doesn't understand. He thinks maybe people are scared by his money. Next, the MC is given a mission with 9 random players. The location is Dead Luton City, a ghost city where thousands of spirits roam. The other players are trembling with fear, but as soon as the MC arrives, the entire city falls silent. The ghosts start hiding. Some ghosts even lower their heads upon seeing the MC. The other players are shocked, wondering what's happening. MC casually pulls out his ghost card and says, "Relax, relax, I have money." And that's the funniest part. The MC thinks he's only surviving because of the money, whereas in reality, his aura is suppressing the entire city. Now, after completing the mission, the system suddenly gives the MC a hidden reward, a mythical pet egg obtained. When the MC opens the egg, A small, cute two-headed dragon emerges from it. It sits directly on the MC's shoulder. The MC, looking at it, says it's so small, it must be weak. But in reality, the dragon is so powerful that even the Demon Kings would have to deploy their entire army to defeat it. Its name is the Twin-Headed Calamity Dragon. But the MC thinks it's just a normal Parrot Bay, because the little dragon just keeps eating and acting cute. The most interesting thing is that when people return to the real world after completing missions, they can use their powers in the real world as well. Some use fire skills, some shadow powers, and some curse magic. But the MC still doesn't know its true power. And here comes the biggest twist in the story. Ghosts in the real world are terrified by the sight of the MC because they see his true aura. But humans with powers don't feel the MC's aura. Why? Because their level is so low that they can't even sense the MC's true presence. And thus begins the story of a man who has become the most dangerous monster in the entire Soul Realm. But he himself feels like a mere lackey. Emergency mission at 2 a.m. The entire city suddenly into darkness. All mobile phones, all screens, even the sky itself began to glow red. Then suddenly, a system notification resounded throughout the world. Emergency nightmare mission activated. People panicked. Many players started crying because a nightmare rank mission meant 90% death. The MC sat quietly, as if he knew everything in advance. Then his small, twin-headed dragon landed on his shoulder. And for the first time, fear appeared in the dragon's eyes. The ghost train system teleported all selected players to an old, abandoned railway station. There was a thick fog all around, and the entire station was empty. Then, from the distance, a black train appeared from the darkness. Red light shone from its windows, and ghost passengers sat inside. Slowly, the train stopped. The door opened, and a tall, skeletal conductor emerged. Blue fire burned in his eyes. He said in a cold voice, "Without a soul ticket, only death." The other players trembled with fear, but the MC simply pulled a black ghost card from his pocket. As soon as the conductor saw the card, his face transformed into fear. He immediately bowed. "Welcome, honored guest." The other players were astonished. VIP cabin. The MC was taken to the train's most luxurious cabin. The room was lit with floating candles. Ghost servants were serving food. And from the window, the entire Soul Realm was visible. The other players understood for the first time. This wasn't just a game. This was another world. Then, the MC's dragon suddenly jumped out the window. Everyone panicked. But the next second, he returns with a large ghost monster in his mouth. The players are horrified. How could such a small dragon be so dangerous? The AMC just smiles slightly. Nightmare City, a few hours later. The train stops in front of a vast black city. Nightmare City. A red sky hovers above it. Ash billows in the air. And thousands of ghost eyes stare from the darkness. The other players are terrified, unable to move. But as soon as the AMC steps inside, the entire city suddenly falls silent. All the ghosts, all the monsters, hide in the darkness, as if a king has returned. A massive black castle floats in the air. At the same time, hundreds of ghost soldiers descend from the sky. The other players thought they were all about to die, but suddenly, all the soldiers kneel before the AMC. The entire city collapses, and the castle doors open. A massive Demon King emerges. His eyes are blazing. His aura was so dangerous that the other players couldn't even breathe. But He too knelt before the MC and said, "Welcome back, my Lord Lost Memories." Bakamis. During this, the MC's mind begins to ache. Suddenly, strange flashbacks begin to appear. Bloody battles, a burning world, and a vast, dark throne. He himself was sitting on that throne. His eyes were red, and millions of monsters bowed before him. The MC suddenly recoiled. What was it? He wasn't sure if these were memories or an illusion. But the Demon King smiled softly. "You forgot us, but we never forgot you." Ew. Suddenly, the entire sky lit up with lightning. On the castle rooftop stood a white-haired boy. He held a holy sword, his eyes fixed directly on the MC, eyeing. The other ghosts were terrified by the sight of him. Hunter, that boy's aura was different from the entire soul realm. He spoke softly, and finally, the demon emerger returned. The MC is stunned. Demon emerger? But Hunter draws his sword, and the next moment, the duck in our sky is cut in two. Final scene, the MC and Hunter stood facing each other. Their auras clashed. The entire Nightmare City trembled. The dragon roared loudly, and then the system notification flashed again. Hidden world event activated. The War of Soul Realm begins. Now is about to begin a war that would change the fate of both a real world and soul realm.